Hey guys, what's up? This is the boy who had seven. So, the new Venom movie comes out tonight. I don't know about you guys, I'm excited about it, but at the same time, I'm terrified. Why? Because I've heard, obviously, Spider-Man's not going to be in it, so Venom's origin story cannot be true to the comic books. I'm worried about that because Venom is not as awesome as he is without Spider-Man. But I hear from some different spoiler-free reviews that the movie was pleasantly good, but if you're looking for it to connect to the comic books, you're going to be disappointed. So I'm one of those people that can pull myself back and I can just enjoy what's in front of me. But at the same time, when I look at the overall picture, of course I want Spider-Man in a Venom movie. Of course I want to see the way Eddie Brock hates Peter Parker and joins with the symbiote that Peter Parker sheds, and that together they combine to have a murderous desire to take out Spider-Man. So you know what? We're going to see how the movie goes. I hope it's good for what it is. But to be honest with you, I want to see a full 10-year run of, Secret Wars and Venom and Carnage and, just the way that the MCU did the whole Infinity War setup for the last 10 years. I want to see that done with the Spider-Verse. And I think it would be epic to go with Secret Wars, to go with Spider-Man and Venom, to add Carnage later, because Carnage is an awesome bad guy and he's powerful enough where he could take on multiple heroes. So anyway, this video is all about Venom today, all about symbiotes, and all about some of the books that I've picked up over the last couple of months that I wanted to share with you guys, give you some recommendations, and talk about why I picked up some of these books. So first things first. I was a kid in the 90s, okay? I was born in the early 80s. I was a young kid, teenager in the 90s, and that is where my passion from heroes began. And when I look at this comic book, okay, this is my youth. Now, I know this is 90s. This is way past a lot of you guys' time, but this is my youth. This is when I picture Spider-Man, this is how I picture him, fighting Venom. When I think about Venom, I think about three artists. Three of the best artists, I believe, are Mark Bagley. I think about Sam Della Rosa and Mark Bagley here. And I think about Todd McFarlane. And let me see if I can pull that up. Okay. These are, just looking at this here, that foil, how it's shiny, that just takes me back to my youth. And I just think it's epic. My favorite Venom cover of all time is this one right here, Bagley and Della Rosa. I just think the way he's brooding, the way he's huge, the sharpness of his teeth, or fangs if you could say, that venom dripping off of his lips, like this is Venom to me. And I absolutely love this. So these are some good books, and it's just my youth here coming out to play. So first thing I want to share with you guys is some of the big books that I've picked up and why I picked them up, okay? Of course, Venom's name is Eddie Brock, and in this Web of Spider-Man number 18, this is the first time we get to see Eddie Brock at all. This is his first appearance, and so I had to pick this up. I got it at a local comic book shop, great price, but I thought, you know what? He makes his cameo here. This is Eddie Brock, so I had to get this book. Next one that I picked up, and you guys have seen this one before. This is Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 8. And this is the first time that Spider-Man gets this suit, which is the symbiote. It's an alien on a different planet called Battleworld. He goes into this room because his regular costume had gotten ripped up. He thought it was a sewing machine. He grabs the wrong one, and this alien life form goes around his body, which he doesn't know at the time. So this came out in December of 1984. So if you're looking at the time frame within comic books, this is the first time that we see the black spider suit that eventually becomes Venom. But this is not the first time that the world gets to see him. Now, there's a tie for that one, which is between Marvel Team Up number 141, Daredevil and Spider-Man, and Amazing Spider-Man number 252. And they both came out in May of 1984. So look at this book. I picked this one up earlier this year. Mint condition, not mint, near mint plus condition. There's like one tick on it, and just the colors are still vibrant and beautiful. And this is also a homage cover to Amazing Fantasy 15. So this is one of my favorite Spider-Man covers, and one of the first time the world gets to see the black Spidey suit. But what happens in this story is that Spider-Man comes out of Battleworld and escapes from the whole Secret Wars story, which if you haven't read, you need to. And this is the first time he's back on Earth with this suit. And the story is the same in Marvel Team Up number 141. They're about almost the same story. But this is really a good read. I recommend you read it so you can know what's going on with the black Spidey suit that, again, eventually becomes Venom. Whoa. All right. So then we get into Venom himself, and we start getting some cameos of Eddie Brock and Venom. This is Amazing Spider-Man 298, and eventually we see him in 299, and then Venom makes his first full appearance in Amazing Spider-Man number 300. Here's another near mint plus condition book that I picked up earlier this year. Got it at an amazing price, under 150 bucks. So I'm really happy with this one. But this is another good read. If you want to know about Venom, you're going to go read 298, 299, 300, 301. These are some good books that you guys can pick out and read. And right now, Marvel's doing this whole, remake of books, and they're called True Believers, and you can get a True Believer of this book for $1 at your local comic book store. So you can read it up and see how close the movie tonight fits into that comic book. All right. Then later on, we see Eddie Brock for the first time on a comic book cover, and this is Amazing Spider-Man 315, written by Todd McFarlane. This is the return of Venom, and this is Eddie Brock right here. And I picked up a couple of those this year. I actually have about 4 or 5 of these, but these are 2 of the ones I just recently picked up. You can still find these in dollar bins. They're worth a lot more than that, but look for them out there. Look for them. First appearance. And then, of course, this is the first appearance, which is Amazing Spider-Man 316, which is part of that story, and 317. Okay? But this one right here is special because this is the first time that Venom makes an appearance on a comic book cover. So that is his first comic book cover appearance of Venom right there. And look at that beauty. I loved it. I always thought it was beautiful with this purple back here. And then Venom, of course, over Spider-Man. And if you guys haven't read the comics, Venom kicks his butt all over the place, all the time. And Spidey's just lucky to escape every single time. I mean, Venom is a beast, all right? So that is a good storyline you guys want to read, 315 through 317. That's one that I recommend for you. And you can still find those in comic book shops. They're books worth getting. Next off, we have got a really cool book, which is Amazing Spider-Man 344. This is the first cameo appearance of Cletus Cassidy, who becomes Carnage. And in this book here, this is a cameo, and this is his first full appearance of Cletus Cassidy. In both books, there's only a page with a full page of Cletus Cassidy. He's in jail with Venom. They're cell partners. And in both of these books, you just see how crazy and evil he is. And I have to be honest with you, when I was a kid, this dude freaked me out. He was super evil, and it was just a next level, okay? This is a really great story, and then here comes Venom again. Check out this amazing art. Look at that. I mean, think about me as a little 10-year-old, 11-year-old looking at these books. I mean, I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And then this cover is epic. You've got Venom holding up Spider-Man's dead skull. Really great story here. Spider-Man and Venom fight, and Spider-Man actually has to fake his death so Venom thinks he's gone. So his bloodlust for Peter Parker and Spider-Man is over. And really great story. Read these. Look for them. They're out there still. You can get them. Next couple of books that have to do with Venom. And these are some of my favorite, guys. Like, literally, this story is one of my favorite stories of all time. And this is the whole Carnage story. This is Amazing Spider-Man 360, which we saw Cletus Cassidy, who will eventually become Carnage. But in this book, we've got a panel where we see Carnage for the very first time, and the very first thing that he does is murder somebody, and they ask him, what did I do to you? And he's like, nothing, that's the point, I want to kill you because you're innocent. So this is where we begin with Carnage, and then here is his first full appearance, and that's also him on the comic book cover. This is an epic story. I can't tell you enough how cool it is. Spider-Man has come back to New York. Venom is on an island. He is, he kind of gave up his bloodlust. He's happy he's stuck there. And Spider-Man realizes Carnage is way too much for him, and he needs to go team up with his ultimate enemy, Venom, if he stands any chance at beating Carnage. So go pick this up. Here's 362. And that cover's a little bit deceiving, but it's such a good read if you haven't read it. And 363. So go pick these books up. You can still find them out there. I've got multiple copies. This is one of the best storylines, one of my favorite stories ever. So Carnage. And check this out. I picked these up. I thought this was the coolest little thing. Some of you may not like Pops, but I just started getting into them. Check it out. This is Carnage. If you look at the comic books, he's got that pink in his mouth in those that I just showed you, 360 through 363. And this is, Cletus Cassidy underneath with the Carnage symbiote on top of him. This thing is crazy. And then my kids picked me this up for my birthday, which is next week, about 6 days away. And it's pretty cool because you've got the shirt, that, wallet, and the comic book. How cool is that, right? So pretty awesome of them to do that for me. Which reminds me, I've got this huge stack of stuff right here behind me that is for my birthday. Check that out. And I'll be opening those next week on my birthday for my YouTube video. Cannot wait to see what they got me. All right, next. Here's some pretty cool some other cool pickups I got, and some Venom stories that I think you guys should read. The first one I'm gonna go with is Planet of the Symbiotes. What's really cool about this specific cover right here is that this silver is silver ink. So it's worth a little bit more money because it's actually silver ink. Pretty cool story. We get into seeing the Scarlet Spider, as you can see him there. This is a pretty great story, and the reason I'm showing you guys this one is there's a chance that some of the stuff that's in these this storyline, these 5 books, may pop up in the Venom movie tonight. There's Carnage there, and Venom, they make their appearance. So Planet of the Symbiotes, it's kind of expensive. If you find it out there in the wild, grab it, because these 5 books right here go for about $100. Maybe a little bit more because I got all of them in near mint condition except for this last one. So really good books to have, great storyline. Next, this one is quintessential. You gotta have this one, and I've already showed you the cover. I've got quite a few covers. These are 2 that I just picked up. Of course, you guys are probably seeing this all over Instagram and all over the place. Like I said, I love the art. It's got that crazy foil. There's a black cover, there's a gold cover, and those are more expensive than these. But the thing about this book is we've got some pretty cool first appearances. Venom Lethal Protector is the name of the storyline. And we start out with Mark Bagley, and then later on we have it being finished off by Ron Lim, which you guys know I love him, and Sam De La Rosa. But I mean, look at that art. I just love that cover. I always have, seeing Venom's hand. And the difference between Venom and Spider-Man is Spider-Man has to make his little web shooters and use his brain and science. But Venom's suit, the suit that was, because it was on Spider-Man first and then it connects with Venom, he actually could just shoot webs out of his own body, out of his own symbiote. So that's pretty cool. But here in number 4, okay, we have some first appearances, and number 5. Now, both of these, if you look at CGC, both of these books are the first appearances of some other symbiotes. Riot, Agony, Phage, who are the other 2? I can't remember off the top of my head, but we've got 5 different symbiotes that show up in this book. And the reason I'm showing you these is because I've heard that these characters, these characters are going to make an appearance in the Venom movie. So these are some cool, important books to have. And it's an awesome read. So Venom, Lethal Protector, check those out. What were their names? Shock? Yeah, Shock, Riot, Phage, Agony. I'm missing one. I cannot remember the last name. But Scream, not Shock, it's Scream. That's Scream right there. So, really good books to have. If you guys have not read this story, pick it up and read it, especially, before tonight, so that you can get in on this and see if they make an appearance in the comic book. 2 more cool stories and a couple books, and that will be it. But this is Venom Madness, okay? And this is really neat because he fights the Juggernaut. In this story, he gets infected by a disease that makes him go crazy, and he actually murders somebody. And the story, he was in love with a girl, he goes crazy, and at the end, heartbreaking, she's like, no, I can't be with you. And he's like, I can't be with you either because being around you enrages me. I don't know what it is. So this is a pretty cool story, though. Just 3 books, Venom Madness. To see him against the Juggernaut, pretty neat. And then Venom Funeral Pyre. This is one that I loved as a kid, especially look at that cover. Okay, it's him against Punisher. Of course, in this story, he doesn't want to fight Punisher, but they end up fighting each other. I don't want to ruin it for you, but check out Punisher right there, Frank Castle. Okay, and there's Funeral Pyre, the villain Pyre. So there's a first appearance in here. So those are some cool Venom books from my youth, some that I'd recommend you guys pick up and read if you want to know a bit more about Venom. There's some that I skipped. Amazing Spider-Man storyline. There's so many Venom books. Check those out. And then here are just a couple of last books that I've picked up this year. This one I got in a mystery box on Instagram. I love it. This one's going to be going up for sale here pretty soon. This is The Bride of Venom, which is the first appearance of She-Venom. This is the first time that Venom is a girl, or that the Venom symbiote fuses with a woman. So there's She-Venom there. I've got my 9.8 back here if you guys can see it, but I got this one in a mystery box for 30 bucks, and it's worth more than that. So that was a great pickup for me. All right, so now I want to show you this book. A lot of you in the community love this book. A lot of people say this is one of their favorite Venom covers ever, and I agree. That is absolutely beautiful. This is Amazing Spider-Man 569, the first appearance of Anti-Venom. He touches Venom, and Venom just begins to die. It's really cool. But anyway, there's something I wanted to share with you about this book. This book right here, near mint condition, $60 to $80 all day long. Really great book, beautiful cover. Most of the time when you collect comic books, you want to get the first print. You want to get it in the best condition possible, okay? In this situation, the second print variant is actually worth way more money than this one, okay? Pay $2.99 back in the day. You know what? You got a $60 to $80 book. This one is the second print. What that means is they made so many copies that sold that they wanted to make more. So they changed up the cover. This is the second print variant, and here they put Anti-Venom on the cover. This book, same exact book as this one, except for a different cover. Second print, so it's rare. This is actually worth more money than the first print. This book right here is $250 to $300 book. It's near mint plus condition. So how cool is that? That back in the day you pay $2.99 and now you have a $250, $300 book. Pretty awesome. And it's rare that the second print is worth more than the first print. But these are 2 books that I picked up this year. Combined for under 150 bucks, so I'm really happy with these. I wish I had bought them back in the days, but I wasn't into comic books when these were coming out. I had given it up for a while with all the kiddos and everything. So those are 2 other pickups that I got. Wanted to share that with you guys. So my birthday is next week on Wednesday. I'm going to be opening up some of these gifts behind me, doing some other stuff that day, and I just hit over 500 subscribers. I will also be starting a new giveaway, and it's going to have to do with Spider-Man, my favorite character of all time. So guys, I just want to say thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being a part of my channel and getting me to 500 subscribers. I appreciate all your comments. I appreciate your likes. I appreciate every second that you watch these videos. I know life can be busy. Trust me. But I just want to say thank you for all your support. Please like this video, comment down below, let me know what you think about the Venom video or anything that I may have missed or any other stories that you think we should read. to get to know Venom a little bit better. And like always, guys, I just want to say thank you for your time, and I'll talk to you later.